much we spent money on, etc. Okay, so, oh, good times. Oh, I got a little ladybug. I got a ladybug, guys. Here we go. Here we go. My little ladybug. Okay. All right, back to work. Hey everybody, this is Margie Remmers-Davis with Fast and Easy QBO. I am so excited that you are here for today's live stream. I just need a moment to load up my screen because I didn't have a chance to do that before. So let me just grab this real quick and then we can get started. All right, we should be good to go. Welcome, happy Friday. Don't forget that as Joel has just posted in the chat, or maybe StreamYard did it automatically, I don't know, that in order for you to participate in the chat, then you do need to give StreamYard permission. That's if you are with us on Facebook. This chat or this live stream is held inside our Facebook group called the QBO Gym Locker Room. If you're watching the recording, then the link is down below. And so we'd love to have you in the locker room. And then you have access to all of our exercises and you get to be here with us live and participate in the live stream as we together work through some hands-on exercises in QBO. So we have a ton of new people in the locker room, and there has been a little bit of confusion. So I thought I would start today by talking about how to access the nearly 100 exercises that you will find absolutely for free at your fingertips inside the locker room. So now let me do the magic of sharing my screen. Here we go. All right, so this right here is the spreadsheet that, and my face is in the way, so let me get rid of my face actually just for a minute and show you this spreadsheet is what you have access to when you are inside the locker room. And you'll notice that there are different tabs down at the bottom. So the Getting Started tab, maybe you can't see it. There we go. Getting Started tab has all of the exercises from our little mini course, Getting Started the Fast and Easy Way. That course is available absolutely free for you guys, whether you're in the locker room or you can sign up for it outside and just learn the very, very basics of QuickBooks Online, including how to get your free QBOA account, how to access the sample company, how to navigate the sample company, all that good stuff. So these are the Getting Started exercises. The ones on the Basic tab, those are all of the exercises that are in our courses. So we have certification courses for Basic, and Advanced. And we also have a certification course for payroll, but we don't give those exercises away for free. But all of the exercises for the Basic and Advanced certification, even if you don't have the course, you can access all of the exercises and learn hands-on how to do all of these things that you are required to know for the test. So this is Basic, this is Advanced. What we're going to go over today are the Pro Advisor Challenges. Now, the Pro Advisor Challenges are exercises. Well, they're sort of exercises. I use that term loosely. They are sort of exercises that Intuit provides you inside your QBO training. I'm going to come back to that in just a minute. And then in the retired miscellaneous special request, as people request exercises, you see this is my long list. This is me right here, Margie Create. This is like stuff I have to do. But then down at the bottom are exercises that I have already created and that they are from the courses, but they're no longer required for you to know them for the test, but they're out there so you can go ahead and practice with them. So let me put my little face back on here so that, cursor issues. Okay. All right. Hey, I'm back. All right. So that is our spreadsheet. Let me show you how to get to that from the Facebook group. The way you do that, so here is our Facebook group. Whoops, let me scroll. QBO Gym Locker Room, where we hang out after our workout. So we are working out today, doing some exercising with QuickBooks Online. And of course, this is the administrator view, so it looks a little different for you guys. But you'll notice that there is a section on featured posts. And in the featured section is this welcome post, welcome to the locker room. And in there, that's where you'll find, you can see this is what I just showed you, that you'll find the link to all of the nearly 100 exercises. It'll be up to 100. It'll be over 100, before very long. So anyway, so those are all of our free exercises, and we are going to be working through some of those today. So this first exercise that I mentioned is the first exercise that we're going to be working through is merging two accounts in the chart of accounts. Now, this is, as I mentioned, an exercise that is from a Pro Advisor challenge. So let me show you what I mean by Pro Advisor challenge. It means that it is found inside your Pro Advisor account. So we're going to go to QuickBooks Online, getting started, intermediate skills, and then customizing the chart of accounts. So let's go ahead and look at that. So here we are inside a QBOA account. You know that it's QBOA because it says Accountant Tools up at the top, and also because it says Accountant right here. So inside, when I click Pro Advisor and then go to Training, then you'll notice that there are a couple of different things. Personalized path is where you tell them what you want to learn, and they put together a path for you. I'm going to create a separate video about that, so you can watch for that on YouTube. Certification is where you actually go to take your test. And then training library is where all of the training that Intuit has put together for you is located. Okay. So the exercise that we're doing, again, let me just go back to it, is QuickBooks Online, getting started, intermediate skills. Okay. So here I am in QuickBooks Online. So I clicked Training Library, QuickBooks Online, getting started. And here, okay. So you see there's beginner skills and there are intermediate skills. So we want to open intermediate skills. And then, which one did I say it was? And then number 1, customizing the chart of accounts. So here we go, customizing the chart of accounts. We're going to go ahead and go in that. And then this right here, these are all of the different sections in this lesson. And then you'll notice on the right-hand side, it kind of gives you, this is not an exact map to these 12 pages, but it kind of tells you what's in this lesson. And at the very bottom, there is a Pro Advisor challenge. So I have to, in order to get to it, I have to click a bunch of things. Let's see if I can even. So here's the little lesson on making an account inactive. Actually, we're merging, but anyway, here we go. Here's how to merge accounts. So there is some training about that. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Get to the next tab. All these account limiting. Okay, then sometimes we have to go through a knowledge check in order to get to that Pro Advisor challenge. Once you've have entered the knowledge check, then the next time you come back in, you don't have to do it again. Let's see. Let's read through this real quick. Which of the following options is not true regarding editing a chart of accounts? Okay. Let's see. All transactions are deleted from an account if you make it inactive. Is that true? No, it is not. So that's not going to be the one we're going to select. Merging accounts isn't possible for all account types. That is likely true. So let's see what else here is. You can make an account active once it has been made inactive. That is true. And then the next one, transactions posted to merged accounts are also merged. And that is also true. So this is going to be the one. Oh, shoot. Well, that's embarrassing. All right. So all transactions are deleted from an account if you make it inactive. That's false. You can make an account active once it has been inactive. That is true. And transactions posted to merged accounts are also merged. So I don't know what they want here. Let's see. Let's try that one. Oh my gosh. Guys, this is the problem. Let's see. Transactions in inactive accounts remain part of the company data. Transactions are deleted from an account if you make it inactive. Oh, I misread that. Okay, sorry. All right, so much for so much for that. Okay, so here we are. Finally, our Pro Advisor challenge. So this is what it looks like inside your Pro Advisor account. They want you to merge two accounts in the chart of accounts. It's telling you how to get to the sample company. Here is the here is the task. Then they tell you how to check to see if you got it right. And then they tell you how they did it. That's in the solution. So what I am in the process of doing is taking all of these Pro Advisor challenges and then turning them into our easy or fast and easy format that we use for our exercises. And that is what we are going to do today. So we're going to just do this first one first. And it is to merge two accounts in the chart of accounts. Joel has put that in the chat. Glenn has a question. QBO says intermediate skills. Is this the same as advanced? No. So the intermediate skills are typically the ones that are on the basic level test. And then the advanced level skills are the ones that are on the advanced test. And I'm already out of it. Oh, no, I'm not. So let me just show you real quick. If I go back to our little training home, I go back to the training library. Let me go to sales and customers because I know that one has all three. Okay, so we have beginner skills. And these are the ones that are just kind of like that basic stuff that you need to know. So that's comparable to our Getting Started the Fast and Easy Way little mini course. And then the intermediate skills, these are the ones that are going to be on the basic level test. And if you hover over this little icon, you'll notice that it says tested in the QuickBooks Online exam. And then advanced skills. If I do the same thing, hover over it, it says tested in the QuickBooks Online Advanced Exam. Okay, so that is kind of how they, that's how they distinguish it there. This is the first year that they have ever put these together. They used to be completely separate courses, but now they're just saying, okay, all the sales and customer information here is in the beginner skills, and they broke it out that way. You are welcome, Glenn. Okay, so going back to our exercise, we're going to start in the sample company, and we do that by clicking the gear icon and going to the sample company. I'm going to click continue to confirm that I want to be logged out. And while that's loading, let's go ahead and hop over here and read our scenario. So you want to help your client keep their chart of accounts tidy. So you've decided to merge two of their sub-accounts, one for legal fees and the other for professional fees. Merge the bookkeeper account into the accounting account. Only the accounting sub-account should remain. Okay, so let's go on to see what our instructions are. From the left navigation bar, we're going to select accounting and click chart of accounts. Okay, so here I am back in my sample company. On the left-hand side, I'm going to click accounting and go to chart of accounts. Okay, while that's loading, we'll just hop over here. The next thing that's going to happen, because this is the first time that I have gone into the chart of accounts in this version of the sample company is I'm going to have this little take a peek under the hood, and I'm going to go click this green button that says see your chart of accounts. Now, that's only true when it's the first time I have been in the chart of accounts in the sample company. You won't see that in real life. Okay, so here, see your chart of accounts. Good morning. Oh, Ilma. Oh, I hope I pronounced that right. Good morning. All right, so now we're in the chart of accounts. Let's go on to our next step. Our next step, and for those of you who are just joining us, by the way, don't forget the link is in the chat, and I also emailed it to you last night, so you should have it in both of those places. And if you're watching the recording, the link is in the description. Okay, so we're going to scroll down or use the search bar to find the bookkeeper account. Then we're going to click the down arrow in the action column and select edit. Okay, so we're going to go to book. We can just type in book right there to find the bookkeeper account. And this is the action column. We're going to click this down arrow right here, click edit. All right, let's see. We're going to go back to our exercise onto step 3. Now we're going to change the name from bookkeeper to accounting. So remember, we are merging accounts. So the key thing to remember here is the way that you merge accounts is to name them the same thing. So I'm going to call this accounting. Now, this part down here, this little edit account preview, this just shows us what this now looks like in the chart of accounts. And you'll notice, oops, I scrolled off of it. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay. So you'll notice now that it has turned red. It's like, whoo, you've got two that are the same name here. So now when I try and click save, it says, whoops, you've got two accounts with that name. Would you like to merge the two? So I don't want to get ahead of myself. So let me go back to the steps. Okay, so we've changed it to accounting. Notice that the preview window shows accounts with the same name. Then you click save. That's what we just did. So step 5, QBO will now ask you if you want to merge the accounts. So we're going to say yes. Yes, merge the accounts. And voila, look down here. There is now only one account, and it has merged the transactions from the bookkeeper account into the accounting account. Okay, so now I can click save and just make sure that there's nothing else in my exercise here. Notice that the preview now shows that you just have one account. Okay, and we're going to click save. So going back to the exercise, we click save. Okay. All right, so that is how you merge accounts. Notice that it says, I don't have this in the exercise. Notice here it says there are no accounts that match the criteria. That's because I had searched for the word book. So if I just clear that, then it's going to load all of my accounts. So don't freak out if suddenly it appears that there's no accounts in your chart of accounts. It's just because you were filtering by that name. Okay, so that is it for merging. If you are in the certification class and you are if you're preparing for your Pro Advisor certification, that basic level, the key thing to remember about what we just did is that the account the account names have to be the same. That's the key to merging. In fact, some trainers will actually recommend that instead of typing in the new name of the account, that you just copy it from the old one or copy the other one and then paste it so that you make sure that it's exactly precisely the same. Okay. All right. So our next exercise is entering a daily sales summary. And Joel has just posted that in the chat. Thank you, Joel. Again, this is, I think I closed the window. Yep. Again, this is one of our Pro Advisor challenges. So if you want to find the original one, you just click down here. It says it's in under QuickBooks Online, Sales and Customers, Advanced Skills, Sales Summaries. Okay, so this is a little bit of an advanced skill, but there is a method to my madness. There's a reason why I am doing the ones that I chose for you today. So all right, so we're going to go ahead and go to the exercise. And of course, we start in the sample company. We're already in the sample company, and what we've done isn't going to affect this particular exercise. If it did, I would tell you to make sure you're in a fresh sample company. And let's read our scenario. So Craig has started selling items online, and he has asked you to help him record a summary of his daily sales into QuickBooks Online from his online reports, which include total sales for the day for each individual product. Okay, so wrap your mind around that. So he's selling stuff online. He's using some kind of external system to capture all of the sales. And all you're doing now to put in QuickBooks Online is you're just going to put in that daily sales summary. So this is going to require several steps, and it is more advanced, but I'm going to, if you're brand new, don't worry, I'm going to walk you through it. Okay. So step one, the first thing we're going to have to do is import the products and services that Craig is selling online. Now, in this, remember, this exercise came from the Pro Advisor Challenge. Okay, so they have set up this scenario where he's selling something online that he doesn't sell otherwise. Okay, if I were writing the exercise, perhaps I would not do that. But anyway, you're going to learn a little extra benefit here of how to import products and services. Okay, so we're going to download into its training file, which is right here. And then we're going to click the gear icon and select import data. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my sample company. I'm going to click the gear icon and I'm going to select import data. Okay, let me go back to the exercise on step 3. What we are importing is those products and services. So I'm going to click products and services. Okay, and now I have to select the file for it. Can either be a CSV or an Excel file. So that's an XLS file. So I can, this is where I'm going to import that. I can, and some of the Fast and Easy QBO exercises require you to use the sample file. It's really nice that they give you a sample file because they know that tells you exactly how you should format the information. So my exercises typically use the sample file, but they have already given us a file. Don't forget, you needed that in the beginning. Let's see, which step was it? Step 1 here was to download into its training file. So hopefully you're following along, then you should have done that first. Okay, so now we're going to look for the, we're going to look for that file that we just downloaded. Let's see. What is it called? Here it is. P&S Spreadsheet XLS. Okay, so this is the one. I can't offer technical support on where your stuff is downloaded. I have a Mac, which I love, and everything goes to this downloads file. But anyway, so do that. So now we've got this P&S Spreadsheet XLS file. Let's go back to our exercise here. Where were we? We did products and services. Okay, so click. So we're going to click browse, select the file you downloaded in step 1. So you could go back to that. Here's what it's called, P&S Spreadsheet XLS. Now we're going to click next. Okay, so we browsed for it. It popped up there, and now we're going to click next. All right, let's go back to our exercise. Step 7. Confirm the fields in the import file match oh, that's supposed to be fields in QBO. We will get that changed. Okay, so what we're doing now, this step of the import is to confirm the QuickBooks Online field, that's what's on the left, to the field that is in the spreadsheet. That's what we're doing. That basically it's the column headings, right? Okay, so this is what we've done, and we don't want to make any changes. So we're just going to click next. Okay, so click next. All right, let's see. Okay, we've done that. Step 8, confirm the items that are to be imported. Note that 2 of the items are payment types. You'll see why you need these in a later step. Okay, so let's go back and look. So here is the content. So the first thing we did was we confirmed these column headings. Okay, now we're actually confirming the data inside the columns. Okay, this is the actual data that's going to be imported. And these two right here, MasterCard and Visa, these are payment types, which we're setting up as products and services. You'll see why we have to do that in just a minute. Okay, so now we're just going to click import. All right, so now we've got that successfully imported. Okay, step 9, now that the products and services are set up, you can proceed with creating the daily sales summary. You do this by creating a sales receipt. So we're going to click plus new, then select sales receipt. Isn't this so much easier than the way, maybe I'm just patting myself on the back, guys, but it seems to me like this is so much easier than the way that Intuit has it in the Pro Advisor Challenge. Anyway, that's why I'm here. All right. I don't mean to diss on them because, without them, I wouldn't have a job. But anyway, all right. So plus new and sales receipt. All righty. While that's loading, let's go to our next step. Step 10. Now we're going to create a daily sales customer. In a real life scenario, you would use this customer for all future daily sales records. Okay. So this is something that you're going to do every single day. And remember I said that the scenario was for a sales outside of that the sales were outside of QBO. So just a little tip, like this is a thing that I use every single day. I do this, almost exactly this every single day because I don't sell my courses through QBO. So I sell them on a different platform and then you buy them and then I have on this external thing. And so then every day I enter a sales summary that's like very similar to this. So this is a real thing, guys. Okay. All right. Back to the exercise. So we're creating a customer called daily sales. Okay. So daily sales. And it's new. So I'm going to hit plus add new. Okay, and while that's loading, we'll just look at our exercise again. Step 11, we're just going to confirm the new customer information. There's nothing else we have to collect here, so we're just going to click save. Go back to our exercise, step 12, okay? You'll want to use a clearing account to capture the funds. This avoids having many $0 transactions to reconcile at the end of the month, okay? One of the things for the way that Intuit is doing this sales receipt is this is going to be a $0 transaction because all of the information is being tracked elsewhere in this, POS system. That stands for point of sale. All of the information is going to be tracked elsewhere. So we are just putting this, we're just putting in so that we have a record of the money that went in and out. So we're going to match it elsewhere. All right, so in the deposit to drop down, we're going to create this this clearing account because it's not going through the bank, and so it's this transaction is not going through the bank. It's remember it went through the bank with the other system, and so we're going to create a clearing account so that we don't have to, when we reconcile every month, we don't see all of these zeros that we have to remember to reconcile. They just get in the way. You don't want that. All right, so in the deposit to, back to our exercise, we're going to hit plus add new. Okay, and then step 13, from the detail type dropdown, we're going to select checking. We're going to enter the name clearing, and then we're going to click save and close. Okay, so detail type is checking. We're calling this clearing. And then we're going to hit save and close. Okay, so now we have a clearing account. Go back to the exercise, step 14. Okay, now when you are doing this, there is, as I mentioned, an external system that is keeping track of this. And depending on the type of system, it's either going to present a daily summary. That's what mine is. It's just a daily summary. But some of the systems have what's called a Z out report, or a Z tape is another thing that you'll see referred to. So for this exercise, Intuit has provided a Z out report that is that shows you the details of what they did in the other system. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So in the other system here, the previous day, so we're entering for the previous day, they sold 10 18-inch garden gnomes, okay, for $25 for a total of $250. They sold 20. So this is the whole day. Normally in QuickBooks Online, we track it by individual customer, right? But the individual customer is in that other system. So all we need is just the totals so that we know. Okay, so oops, what'd I do? Okay, so we have that yesterday they sold 25 of these 24-inch garden gnomes. Okay, so we have 25, and then here's how much we sold them for. That's what the total was. And then here is how much they collected in the other system. Now, what we're going to do is, because this sales receipt is not show the sales receipt is going to include the payment, and so these numbers are going to be entered as negative numbers. Okay, so let's go ahead and see. So this is what it should look like. Let's see, use the following. Okay, so I think step 14, we're just going to complete it. So we've got 10 18-inch garden gnomes. So let's enter that. Garden gnomes were the ones that we imported. So we've got 18-inch garden gnomes, and we have 10 of them. Okay, next one is the 24-inch garden gnomes. Oops. The 24-inch garden gnomes. And that was how many? 25. So we're going to enter 25. Okay, so far it looks the same. Okay, so we have 10 of those, 25 of those, and now we have the money that was received. So we already have $1,000 that was applied to it on the Visa. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So here we have our Visa. So this is why we had to import that list of products and services. That's why the payment methods were in that, because you actually have to set them up as a product and service. If this isn't going over your heads, don't worry. it's in the advanced course. So if you're in the advanced course, this is going to make a lot more sense to you. We're just walking through how to do it. Okay. So the Visa payment minus $1,000 right here, minus 1,000. Okay. And then the MasterCard. Okay, is minus 241. Minus 241. So they already applied the MasterCard payment, okay, and the Visa card payment. Now, I do not know why they wrote this exercise. Oops, I typed something wrong here. Oh, no, that is right, okay. I don't know why they created the exercise this way, because when they did that, they have this extra dollar left over that we now have to account for. So let's talk about how we do that. So that's in step 15. This example, again, I don't know why Intuit wrote the exercise this way, not what I would have done, but here it is. This example results in a $1 shortage. $1,242 was sold, but only $1,441 was collected. So you'll need to create a service item called over short and post it to an expense account. Okay, so in order for us to track this over or short amount, so we're going to click the product service drop down arrow on line 5 and then click add new. Okay, so let's do that. So here we are, product service, drop down arrow, and then select add new. All right, hello, wake up. There we go. And it's going to be a service item. Let's go back to our exercise. Okay. All right, step 16, select service. Step 17. Okay. Note that in the Pro Advisor Challenge, Intuit recommends creating and mapping to a new expense account to capture the shortage. But you know what? They have asked you to do so much in this exercise. This is just, oh my gosh, this is just a crazy, long, complicated exercise. There's not that you don't have to know this much for the test. And if you were going to do this in real life, I would probably feed it to you a little bit at a time rather than this whole complicated thing. But anyway, we are skipping one of the Pro Advisor Challenge steps, which is to create a whole nother account. Instead, we're going to use the miscellaneous other expense account, okay, just to save time. It's ridiculous that they are making you do so much. All right, so again, we're going to go back. So the name of the field is over/short, over/short. And let's see, in the income account field, we're going to select miscellaneous other expense. Miscellaneous, or if I can just type miscellaneous other expense right here, and then hit save and close. So now we have that right here, and that is $1. Oops, I don't want to get ahead of myself. Okay, so steps 18 and 19 in the rate field, we're going to enter -1 to bring the total to 0. -1. Okay. And something about the taxes. Let's see. We want to uncheck the box in the tax column for that over short right there. Okay, and notice that our total is 0. Okay, and we're just going to click save and close. And of course, if we don't see save and close, we just click the arrow and go to save and close. All right. Oh, phew, guys. Oh my gosh, that was painful. That was painful. All right, so that is the next Pro Advisor challenge. One more Pro Advisor challenge that we are going to take a look at is categorizing a transaction in the bank feed. So let's take a look where to find this. Okay, so this is in QuickBooks Online. Thank you, Joel, for posting the link. If you want to find the original, then it is in QuickBooks Online Banking Basic Skills. So this one's going to be a little bit easier, guys. Managing transactions in the bank feed. Okay. I should have probably done this in order, done like the basic one and then done the intermediate one and then done the advanced one. That would have made more sense. Sorry. I was just doing them in the order that they appear in the training, but anyway, all right. So here we are in our sample company. Let's go back to our exercise. Let's see. We're going to our exercise. Here is our scenario. QuickBooks Online found 2 possible matches for a transaction in Craig's bank feed. Find the suggested matches for Squeaky Clean Car Wash, then match them to the correct one. All right, so as a reminder, when we are processing bank feeds, what happens is the bank is just telling us, hey, this money came in, this money came out, this money came in, this money came out, and it's just telling us basic information about it, how much it was, and who the, what the description is. And the date. Like there's very little information from the bank, but we have to, in QuickBooks Online, categorize that information so that we can run reports and know how much we spent money on, etc. Okay, so good times. I got a little ladybug. I got a ladybug, guys. Here, I want to show you my ladybug. I can't. The ladybug does not want to be seen. Here we go. Here we go. My little ladybug. Okay. All right, back to work. All right. So, what were we saying? So we are just checking the transactions in QBO to make sure that we have them in the system and that we have them categorized correctly. So, and that there aren't any duplicates or problems like what we're going to see. All right, so we are going to go to the banking center. From bank, we're going to select banking and then banking. Okay, and that's not a typo. It is banking, then banking. So here we go, banking and banking. All right, I'm glad somebody loved my little ladybug. Okay, so here we are in our bank feed transactions. So you'll notice, again, we get a few little pop-ups here because we're in the sample company. All right, and you'll notice when you first come in, there are 3 tiles here, and these 3 tiles represent the 3 accounts that are connected to banks. And so he's got a checking account, a savings account, and a MasterCard. And you'll notice this number right here represents the number of transactions that have come across from the bank that we need to check. So this number right here, there's 24. It's in this tab right here. So these are 3 tabs. And it says also there's still 25 to review. This number and this number are the same. So in this list, you'll see 25 transactions that came across from the bank that you want to try and match to the correct transaction in QBO. All right, so back to our exercise. All right, so we did banking and then banking. We clicked X to close the pop-up. Okay, now we're going to scroll to find and then click the transaction for Squeaky Clean Car Wash. So in this example, here we have our Squeaky Clean Car Wash, and you'll notice that it says it found 2 matches. So all these others, it says 1 match found, 1 match found. That means that the bank transaction appears to be the same as what's in QBO. In this one right here, there's a couple of them, but this one we're looking at now, Squeaky Clean Car Wash, there's 2 potential matches. We don't know which one is which. So we're going to click on it. And then we'll go back to our exercise, step 4. Notice that there are 2 transactions, but with different types and transaction dates. Select the one that matches the date of the bank feed, which should already be selected, and click match. And then you'll note, I have a little note here, note that if this were a real situation, you would want to investigate the other transaction later. Okay, so here, let's go back and see it in our sample company. Okay, so when I opened it up, it automatically was trying to find a match here, and it says here are the 2 records that are found. One that is a check debit for $19.99, and the other is a cash expense that is also from 1990, not from 1999, for 1999. Okay, so how do you decide between these 2? You might look at this and think, oh, what happened here? You might have to ask Craig, maybe one didn't actually happen. One was a cash expense, so it shouldn't be out of the checking account. Maybe it should be out of a petty cash account. I don't know. But we have to ask Craig to find the answer to that. And but for our purposes, what the Pro Advisor Challenge wants us to do is just select the one that matches the date. So you'll notice right here, this date is the date of the bank feed transaction. Okay, so that's the date it appeared in the bank. Okay, and this is the date that was entered in QuickBooks Online. And so these are likely the correct matches. This is the one that is selected. Okay. Oh, sorry, Ilma, I lost you. Where did I lose you? I'll go back. She said she lost me. So tell me where you lost, where I lost you, and I will go back. Let me just go back to the exercise. Okay. Here is the 2. Can you clarify that? She might be typing. Let me go back. So step 3, there are 2 potential matches. So there are two transactions in QBO that might be matches for a bank feed. Okay, and so we have to decide which one we are going to match it to. Ilma, give me some more. Give me some more information. Tell me where you got lost. I'll go back. So it found 2 potential matches. So these are 2 different transactions in QuickBooks Online. And you can only match the bank feed to one of them. So the question is, which one should you match it to? And what we're going to do is we're going to match it to the one that matches the date. So this date right here is the date of the QuickBooks Online transaction. This date right here is the date of the bank feed transaction. So this date, we're going to match it to this date. Please, can you go back to step 2? Okay, that's not Ilma, that's somebody else. All right, go back to step 2. Step 2 was to click the X to close the pop-up. So hopefully you've done that already. Okay, so then step 3, we're going to scroll to find and then click the transaction for Squeaky Clean Car Wash. Okay, so what we did, I'm just going to close this. So here we are in our bank feed transactions. We got there by selecting banking and then banking. We're in the checking account. And then we're going to look for Squeaky Clean Car Wash. I'm just scrolling through to find it. And here it is right here, Squeaky Clean Car Wash. So I'm going to click on Squeaky Clean Car Wash. And here are the 2 potential matches. These are 2 transactions in QuickBooks Online. In fact, if I click on it, it'll take me to that transaction. So here is these are kind of weird names here because this is a check transaction, I guess, and it just gave it the name of the check is debit. I think that when they created the sample company, they actually took QuickBooks Desktop and just imported all of this into the online sample company because, for example, there is no this cash expense. There is no such thing as a cash expense. All right, but that is so it appears to be check. Let me do it again. I'm going to click on it. So it's going to open up this check debit. So this is a check expense that just happens to write that they just for some reason wrote debit as the check number. Okay, so that's one of them. The other one is cash expense. So I'm going to click on that one. Okay, so now this is an expense. Okay, there's nothing in here that says cash, which makes me think that it's from an import from QuickBooks Desktop. But anyway, so that is it's a different type of transaction. So there's a check transaction and an expense transaction that came out of the checking account. Okay. And so QuickBooks Online doesn't know which one of these to match to the bank feed transaction. So for our purposes, we are going by the date. So the date of the bank feed transaction is 1/13. And so we're going to match that to the transaction that has the same date, which is 1/13. That's this check debit. But in a real life situation, we would have to go back and say, hey, what happened to this? Like, why didn't this go through the bank? All right, so we have a comment that says the debit throws me. Ooh, I forgot I have this cool thing where I can actually put it up on the screen so everyone can see it. The debit throws me because if it is a payment from checking, it should be a credit for money going out. To me, a debit is money coming in. Well, that's because you've studied debits and credits, I think, Deborah. So I think that this just means that they used the debit card. I think what they were trying to say when they recorded this is that they used the debit card rather than actually writing a check. So let's just open it up again. So this is a check. This is a check transaction. And instead of writing a check number, they wrote debit in here. So I think they just mean they used the debit card for that. Let me take you off. Okay. All right. So I think that's probably what happened. All right. So I'm going to click. Hopefully we got everything cleared up on that. I'm going to go ahead and click it just to match it. Money out of the bank should be debited. Okay, yes. Yes. All right. I think that we are thinking too hard about this exercise is I think what's happening. So I think it's just throwing you off, like Deborah said, that this word check debit. So, but again, this is a sample company and we have to deal with what's there. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and click match and we are going to be done with this exercise. Okay. So step 4. But actually, now that I think about it, it's good to know that you guys were confused about that, because as I write my own exercise, this all just came from the Pro Advisor Challenge, but as I write my own fast and easy exercise, I can be more clear about that. So that's good to know. I'm glad you guys chimed in. Thank you. All right, so this is what we did. The date of the bank transaction, the date of the QBO transaction. We went over that thoroughly, and we are done with the exercises. Now, we are just about at the top of the hour, but I did want to show you one other thing, and I forgot to put it up on the screen. So let me just go. Are clearing accounts a topic covered in the advanced exam? No. Let's see. I always forget that I have this new thing. Glenn. All right. Are clearing accounts a topic covered in the advanced exam, or just a real world workaround for third-party applications like Square linked to QBO? Clearing accounts take some time to wrap your head around. Yes. So clearing accounts are used for lots of different things, not just for third-party applications. But yes, in the example that we talked about, we use that. And in the advanced course, they do talk about clearing accounts, but they expect you to know kind of what they are already. And so in my fast and easy version of the course, I do talk about it briefly in the same way that I did just now, to talk about, it's an account to prevent you from seeing a bunch of zeros that you would have to reconcile. But there's no question that says something like, what is a clearing account, right? I hope that makes sense. All right. Okay, so one more thing that I wanted to show you. I hope I can pull it up. I forgot to pull it up before we hopped on. So if you'll just bear with me for just 1 second. All right, so I just wanted to show you real quick. Now, in the beginning of the live stream today, I showed you how if you are in the locker room, you have access to nearly 100, maybe by the time you're watching this, it'll be over 100 absolutely free exercises. And many of them come from our Fast and Easy courses, and many of them are the Pro Advisor, and some of them are the Pro Advisor challenges that we just talked about. Those are organized by topic. So it was just kind of random when we talked about, like, oh, you need to merge a thing, or, oh, we need to enter a daily sales summary. But if you would like to have practice actually being a bookkeeper and actually walking through what a day is like in the bookkeeper, then you can sign up for our new product, which is the QBO Gym. And the QBO Gym is all exercises all the time. And the way that it works is that it gives you, we have a little video that you watch, a little quiz that you take, and then we have all of these things to practice as if it's actually a day in the bookkeeper. Okay, so that information about that is down below, and that's it. I just wanted to show you that real quick. So if you want even more hands-on exercises than what is available for free in the spreadsheet. Okay. All right. So that's it. I am so delighted that you guys could be with me today. If you have any other questions, feel free and put them in the chat. Of course, we've already been chatting about the things that you got hung up on, and I'm so glad that we had a chance to do that. This is why I do the live streams, is because, typically I'm just working away in my little cubicle all by myself. So I love having an opportunity to meet with you guys. If you are watching the recording of this and you're not already in the locker room where you get to participate live, then make sure you join us. And Ron, I'm going to put this one up. Thank you very much. You're an excellent instructor. Aw, thank you. Thank you. Sometimes I wonder. Anyway, you're welcome. Those of you, I'm going to put this one up. You didn't sign in StreamYard, so we don't know who you are, but I'm the best. I'm the best, really. All right. You guys have a wonderful time. This one person. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you said that. Ardith, is that how you pronounce it? Ardith loved the summary of daily sales exercise. I'm glad you felt that way because I felt like I was rambling quite a bit. There are so many steps that they put into that exercise that I know that it can seem overwhelming for some. So I'm glad to hear that for you it wasn't. She says that is correct. I guess, I don't know, I assume that you're saying my pronunciation was correct, not that the exercise was overwhelming was correct. Maybe it's both. Okay. All right, guys, we are past the top of the hour, so I'm going to go ahead and cut us off, even though I love hanging out with you, and I will see you next week in our live stream. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.